Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to the live stream. My name is Dan. This is Tweet FUV. Glad to have you all here today. Beautiful Sunday morning here. Man, the weather is just freaking beautiful. It's finally not hotter than hell outside. I guess you get one of those for that. But yeah, it's pretty nice outside. Hopefully it's nice where you're at. I know all my friends up in the north are starting to get mighty chilly. It's finally getting decent to be outside here. Been outside a lot, trying to get things done that I've been neglecting for most of the summertime because, again, I can't have an air conditioner on me all the time. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there on this beautiful Sunday morning. If you got packs charged and you're ready to go fly, just go. Have fun. I'll stick around here. Got some cool things to show you today. Found what I think is probably going to be one of the most convenient field charging or field soldering irons I have found so far. It has some downsides to it, but I am really digging this thing. I'll show you guys that a little bit. That intro footage was not live, but that was from the NanoFly 16 from sub250.com. Man, whoever caught that domain name, good for them. Pretty cool little ripper. I am very happy with this little guy. Kinda. We'll talk about that. Over the chat, free Lojo. How you doing this morning, my friend? Let's change this to live chat, not just top chat. There we go. Free Lojo, how you doing this morning? Dial up. Man, nice to see you here. Lawrence, how you doing this morning? Lawrence kicking ass and taking names over there in the racing world. Good job, man. Dial says Canadian Turkey Day, so can't stick around. It's funny. Why is the turkey the? I don't know. Kind of get it. Yeah. Morton Upshot starting some shit. Awesome. Thank you. Wouldn't be a live stream without it. William Tan, how you doing this morning? Mike Bergman, good morning. Ryan, how you doing this morning, my friend? Free Range Chicken FUV, good morning. How are you? Glad to have you here. Ram Donko, how's it going? More no shots. Asked, was that live? No, it was not live. Literally, just realized what time it was and sparked this whole thing up. I did upgrade OBS, which I've been putting off for the last a month and a half now. I finally did it this morning, and things seem to be okay. NDI isn't working, so like the live stream where I did the live broadcast of the Beast class maiden flight, I was doing that over NDI, so I had another laptop set up outside with the Ethernet to the home network. NDI is a whole thing. If you don't know what it is, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter to you. But that doesn't work, so it won't be any of that anytime soon. Mr. Beans, Brandon Baked Beans, Tuner Extraordinaire, how you doing this morning, my friend? He's gonna whoop today. Today's a good day for a whooping. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll go with that. Flush FPV. Seems like a new name. I don't remember seeing you here, but welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you here. Have a good ripping day. I 100% agree with that. We eat turkeys because the dodos are gone. That is a very, very good point. Free Lojo getting his second cup of coffee. Brandon says he's got another day of looking at logs. Anyone need to check? Been busy today. Pretty cool thing about this NanoFly 16, it does have black box on it. Pretty nice. The tune that comes with it is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's damn good enough where I don't feel like touching it. It flies pretty good. The GMB batteries I've been flying on are a little on the tight side for it, but it still works. Mike Bergman says, am I the one dropping frames? Probably. Seems like everything is working all right on my end. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button if you're feeling it today. If not, well, whatever, no big deal. Robbie, how you doing, man? Glad you made it home all right, and I'm hoping you're gonna enjoy that that little mod I did to your radio there. Installed Express LRS internal to his FR Sky X9 or X-Lite Pro. Velocidrome was stuttering. Oh, Lawrence. Yeah, that little thing has black box. Yeah, I love it. I am so happy that it has it. I haven't looked at to see if the black box was logging correctly or not, but it has it, which is pretty damn cool. But yeah, yeah, I didn't get a chance to actually go out and fly it. The weather was kind of crap, but I did set up a quad in the basement, set it to 150, and I walked to the end of the driveway. So that's going through a cinder block wall, a corrugated steel ceiling, 5 feet of dirt, and then another quarter mile before I started to get low LQ. So I think it's good. Just remember the antenna is horizontally polarized, and it's in the front of the radio, so point it at your shit, just like you would expect. And the chocolate you sent is fan-frickin-tastic. Really like the raspberry stuff. That's really tasty. That little thing back there, I'm having a hard time keeping her out of it, so I gotta put it on the top shelf of the fridge way in the back so she can't get it. Oh, man. So, hopefully you guys got a chance to check out the last video I published. My top 5, 6 favorite 3D prints. I'd like to know what your favorite 3D prints are for the hobby. Those are just the ones that I've come across that I really enjoyed, or that have really, really helped me out. Always interested into seeing what the masses think. Farther away you get, the more dirt is actually in RF path. Yeah, also, and I'm going downhill too, so there's an awful lot. It's a pretty cool little mod. You hit the ice wall. Yeah, it holds everything in before you fall off the edge of the earth. Oh, man. I've heard of pilots who are flat earthers, and I just don't get it. Weird. So, hopefully everybody's doing good out there. If you guys want to get my attention, type @tweetfpv and it should show up. And let's see if my monitors got screwed up. Oh, it's working properly. It shows everything will show up in orange. Like, let's see if we can do this. Let's go. Show up in orange like this right here. If you want to get my attention, or hit the super chat button down at the bottom of the screen there, and send some love over that way. As always, Ruby Moon Coffee is a supporter of the channel. They don't support me with anything, but they keep coffee coming. Actually, they don't even pay for the coffee. I buy the coffee because it's so good. But go to rubymooncoffee.com, use the coupon code TweetFB for $1.50 off each item. He's got a new blend he's working on that I tried out last week that is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Dude, surprised my pilots are kind of weird. Yeah, I'm married to one. She's weird. Oh, I didn't say that out loud, did I? If you want to mess with the FPV controlled lighting, the light list should populate here in a second if it's all working properly. Probably not. Lumia stream has been kind of shitty lately. Let's see. You gonna do the thing? Do the thing. Come on, do the thing. Let's go. Come on. You can do it. Do it. Do the thing. It's not gonna do the thing, is it? Why is everything garbage? Well, you can find it there. I don't know what's going on with it. Anyways, put exclamation point, then the color you want, and it'll react accordingly. With any luck, a ton of work goes into doing that. A ton of work goes into keeping it doing that. These lights behave differently, I swear, every weekend. I know things would be better if I just went with like the same kind of light, but yeah, not so much. It's indeed garbage. Everything is garbage. Everything is garbage, and all of it should be hated. Doing some designing this weekend, working on a battery pack for a one-wheeled vehicle, and I've got to make my own battery, and this is what I have come up with. Here is my 20S 2P package. The batteries are going to be framed out with 3D prints, so no need for fish paper. I know I could probably get it more compact by using fish paper, but I do like the idea of keeping a little bit of an air gap around them instead of smashing them all together. Fish paper, if you're not in the know, it's basically just thick, single-sided adhesive cardboard-ish type of a paper. It just insulates the parallel groups from each other. So anyways, I've seen other 3D prints, but they encase the entire battery. This setup I got going on here, the batteries are fairly loose in it until you start stacking more batteries in there. Then they kind of like lock each other in place. So this design is my final design. It's working out really well so far, but I just need to weld the pack up. This is basically 9.5 S. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 parallel groups, and then half of a parallel group to there. So this entire piece here is 19S2P, and then I'll have another 2 probably just chilling here. I could probably try to jam them in the side here like I had originally designed, but I need to do some more mocking up for the wire run around the side to the BMS that I have. It's a tiny little BMS, should work well. But that's what I've been doing this weekend, kind of working on this this whole thing. The one wheel that I've been kind of tinkering with. It's got another bad cell group. I don't know if you guys saw some of the pictures I put on Discord where I extracted a P group that was dead out of a pack. I have another P group that's failing. I've got a feeling that pack's in like the death throes where I'm just going to be replacing cell by cell, or P group by P group by P group until I replace the whole damn thing. So I'm going to abandon that battery, and then the VESC enabled one wheel that I have built will do up to 20S, whereas the stock one wheel is not FPV talk, but the stock one wheel is only 15S. So should be interesting. So I've been working on that for the last day or so, and I'm going to be using the Molicel P26As. They're kind of a nice blend between capacity and discharge rating. And then, like I said, they're also going to be in 2P parallel groups, or 2-cell parallel groups. Man, this sucker is heavy. I did buy cells to do one out of a 21... 700 or whatever that is. I can't remember the size of the battery. It's just not a lot of space in there, and I think I'm going to stick with 18650s for a while just because it's going to be easier to fit in there. I may Lawrence, right? No, actually, that is why it happened, is that P group falling off caused the BMS to shut down. And it's actually charging right now. Let's see if I can show you guys where that pack is at, and maybe kind of explain how a BMS works, or at least this smart BMS. I'm trying to connect to it right now. Give me a second. Ultra faceplant. No, I don't really want to go fast. I have no interest in going fast on a one wheel. I just want to be able to. I want to be able to climb. Is really what it is. I want to have the extra power to go up a hill at a not so much. I don't really care about accelerating up a hill, but I want to be able to go up a large hill without having to back off on speed. Which the Vesk actually is capable of doing versus the future motion stuff. But yeah. Anywho. Come on. Connect, you little piece of sh. Let's see. 192.168.0. I don't remember what it was. Hang on. What's the thing? 4.1. 4.1. Here we go. Nope. 92.168.4.1. And sorry, it's taking a second. It's kind of a weird setup. More power, faster. Is it still for your legit one wheel or the open source one you built? It's for the open source one that I built. The legit one wheel, it's 15S only, and you really can't do anything to it. Everything's pretty locked down from the manufacturer as far as accessing firmware and things like that go. Even the battery management unit reports based on milliamps used. So this is also the newer BMSs. Future Motion, the company that makes the one wheel, is a horrible company, and all they do is try to stifle innovation. So older ones, people were putting bigger capacity batteries in there, same voltage, bigger capacity with better cells. And it was awesome. You got more runtime, or you could actually piggyback a separate set of cells onto it and have more capacity and longer runtime. They got wise of that, so they redid their BMSs in a future, like a newer version, where it measured columns. So basically, it would only allow you to basically consume 2,600 milliamps or whatever, and then it would go, nope, your pack's done. Even though you still have half a pack worth of power, it would cut it off. You'd have to turn it off, turn it back on, and go, oh, we're starting over. It's a terrible way to be. But all the open source Vesks, they go, at least the one I'm using, it's up to 20S, and it doesn't care about any of that stuff. And you can do basically anything you want with it. Open source equals not legit, I guess. Oh yes, Mike Bergman. The Vesk-based one wheel is as good or better than the Future Motion one wheel, by far. And even my my home built Pint, I was very disappointed with it because it didn't quite live up to the Pint performance. But there's one or two folks there that are taking the open source firmware and they're doing their magic to it, and the thing is awesome now. I do need to sell it though. I don't really ride it, just collecting dust. But yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to connect to this thing. It's being a pain in the butt. But anyways, if I get to it, we'll revisit this. Why you be so dumb? You're connected. Do the thing. Connect. Come on. Anywho, whatever. So, been flying a little bit this week. The cut on my forehead, it's healing up nicely, but that's right where my goggles press, and it does kind of hurt. So I have to kind of put the goggles like off to the side. Yeah, of course I got to put a Band-Aid on it, but I'm not about that. I do have to kind of like put the goggles kind of on sideways, and whenever I take my goggles off, I see like blood and gunk on the leatherette stuff. So been flying a little bit, not a lot, not as much as I would like to. Just kind of letting this thing heal up as best it can. But I've been flying this NanoFly 16. Picked it up from Pyrodrone. I don't like Pyrodrone. It seems like a lot of other manufacturers or retailers are getting it, and it was the price was right. It wasn't crazy expensive. It's 1S, and it has Express built into it, which that's awesome. Yes, it's SPI. I don't really care. I'm still running ELRS 2.0. I have really no desire to switch to 3.0. I haven't found a really compelling reason to switch to 3.0 yet. So this is the little guy. I love the little blue. I love the blue color on it. And my goal was to pull it out of the box and fly it and see how long I can fly it before anything went wrong with it. I haven't done anything to the tune, haven't switched anything out on it, and it's been flying great until the motor screws fell out of this motor here while I was trying to trippy spin a tree. So the motor fell off. These are plugs, so easy to replace the motor. Didn't burn up the ESC, but the motor, she done. The windings on the sub 250 motors are really, really, really thin and fragile. So what happened is the wire pulled out of off the wire. The leads pulled off the motor winding. I went to go resolder it, and the wire is so thin that when they wrap it, kind of work hardens, and it just kind of cracks every time you move it a little bit. So by the time I was able to get a wire resoldered to it, which isn't really all that hard once you get the enamel off, it was too short, and it was kind of sticking out past the winding. So that motor's done. So they're 0803s. So I just threw a Happy Model 0802 25,000 kV motor on there. The stock motors are 0803 19,000 kV motors. I really can't tell a difference flying it with that one off motor, but she flies good. I would definitely recommend buying extra motors. The motors seem to be very fragile on this quad. And then the other two phases, like as I was moving around, they pulled right off the motor windings too. So I don't know if I'm just expecting too much from it, or if there's actually like a real weakness from those motor windings. I don't know. I was surprised how easily they fell apart. I don't think they should have fallen apart that easy or pulled off that easy, but they did. So it is what it is. I got what I wanted out of it. I flew it till it died without, normally any quad you get, you want to do a pre-flight, tighten up all the hardware because it's never tight. Tighten up the hardware, check everything out. I wanted to pull it out of the box, bind it, and go fly. I did nothing other than binding and flying. And anyone want to take a guess how many flights I got out of it before it broke? Put it down there in the comments. Let's see. Let's see who gets it. And if you already know because you're in my Discord, don't spoil it. Ram, close. Freelojo, close. Not quite. David Johnson, close. They are 40 millimeter props. Ram. You guys are all over the place. Lawrence, yep, you got it. 4 flights. 4 flights until the motor fell off. Oops, I win. Yeah. Lawrence, you knew the answer though. He was poking around on Discord. If you guys want to see some of the behind the scene things and be part of the community, join my Discord. Go to tweetfb.com, go to the bottom, you'll find the invite link to my Discord. I have a lot of awesome, knowledgeable people there, like Lawrence, House FPV, Brandon Baked Beans. They're constantly in there. I'm in there, obviously, helping everybody out with problems that they're having, and we'll get you straightened out. It's a fairly friendly community, unless you come in there and say, hey, I have FR Sky. Why doesn't it work? Because everybody's going to jump down your throat and say Express LRS. You guys got to stop doing that. Like, let's help the guys out with the equipment they have, and then tell them to switch to Express LRS. It's been, oddly enough, the FR Sky troubleshooting comes in waves. This week I've had a couple people in there with FR Sky issues, and not just the radios, but also with the receivers and other brand radios. But that's neither here nor there. But see, Mike Bergman, I think I might have signed into your Discord as an administrator or something else. Damn, super weird. It says Tweet FPV, the browser version. What the shit? How? Says you aren't tweeting. I don't know how that works. We're all in there, so don't go there for a bit. Yeah, so anyways, Discord is a great way to do troubleshooting. Through the Facebook comments or the YouTube comments is horrible. I get like 4 or 5 back and forth, then YouTube stops giving notifications that you're responding. If you're watching this and you're like, this guy's an asshole, he just ghosts people on YouTube, it's not me, it's YouTube. YouTube is a weird platform where they'll let the conversation go for about 4 or 5, maybe 7 volleys back and forth, and then I just stop getting notifications, and then I just assume that you stopped, and I just move on. Discord is the best place to do troubleshooting, or email, just because it's nice to send pictures, text, and then even just do live chat back and forth for quick troubleshooting. I really like Discord. It's a pretty good, pretty useful platform. Also on that website, you can buy your Tweet FPV radio grips if you want to get a set. Avoid Discord forever because it's been weird. Mike Bergman, I would say, are you using just the web-based Discord, or are you using the program on your PC, or both? Lawrence says, I am the asshole in Discord. Yeah, you're not an asshole per se. You display asshole-like tendencies, but we know where you're coming from, and it's all from a good place. No, appreciate having you around there, Lawrence. Always do. There's a reason why you're a mod. Let's go. We also do a lot of 3D printing stuff over there. There we go. We got a question from, I am not even going to pronounce your name, Miss... Oh, jeez. All right. Hello, Mr. Tweet. How are you? I use the FR Sky X-Lite with Ghostlight module. It's been awesome, but I love the new and interesting stuff, too. What ELRS module do you suggest for the X-Lite? Thank you. Oddly enough, Happy Model has become the de facto standard for Express LRS. It doesn't seem like it would, but it really has. Let me try to find a link to the module I recommend. Oh boy. Mike Bergman, maybe try using the app base, or if you're on the web base, just log out and log back in. Maybe that might help you out. Let's see. You said you run an X-Lite, so you're gonna need one of the slim modules. think this is the 1 watt module. I think this is the 1 watt one. Slim Pro. There you go. So you're going to want this little guy. So this is I believe this is the 1 watt module. If not, they do make a 1 watt. The naming's always kind of a pain in the butt. So you're going to want one of the slim modules. Happy Model is kind of like the de facto standard, oddly enough, for XpressLRS. They make great XpressLRS hardware. The Slim Pro is the one you're going to want. There are other ones with this type of form factor. Some of them are a little bit bigger as far as like the outside dimensions, and you don't want those ones. You want the one that is like the same size as a slot, in case you were to like stick it inside of a X9 Lite where the bay is recessed. But this is it. And then as far as receivers go, EP1 would be great from Happy Model. But as you can see, well, there it is right there on the back of the old X-Lite. But this is the one. Yep. That's one I'd recommend. Oh, let's see. Rob Logan Jr., how you doing, my friend? Glad to have you here. Yeah, Happy Model TX Slim Pro. That's the one you want. I do like the beta FPV one. I know there's a lot of people that have had issues with it. I think the people who have had issues with it were either early adopters. They had some issues in the beginning. But with that said, I would just go with the Happy Model. I haven't seen any issues with it whatsoever. Let's see, Brandon, you're trying to help me out. I'm still not gonna try. I still got it wrong. I know I got it wrong. But anyways, no disrespect. I just don't want to murder your name there. Michael D, I was slow to the Discord transition, still trying to wrap my head around it. I miss the old days of forums. Yeah, I had a hard time getting on board with Discord. Ow, that hurt. Why is the funny bone not funny? Frick. Discord, I am really, really liking Discord. Figuring out all the bots and stuff is kind of nice to add in there, but it's pretty cool. I'm really enjoying it. More upshots. My girl child work. All right. See you later, buddy. Have a good one. It says 1,000 milliwatts, so 1 watt. Yep. Yeah, the annoying thing is they're not listing milliwatts, they're listing it by dB, which, you know, everybody knows that -30 dBm is 1 milliwatt, right? Everybody knows that. You don't know that? Yeah. It's like, I get it, dB is the better measurement, but come on. You know, use those marketing numbers. Ryan says use a beta FE1 for sim with House's joystick. Yeah, that I haven't had any issues with the beta FE1s. There are a few high-profile people that have had issues with the beta FEV gear. And also there are people that are using the wrong receivers for the wrong application. They're using the slim with the thin antennas outside, and they're wondering why they're only getting maybe 100 yards on them. That ain't what they're designed for. You missed the plug for the X-Lite internal mod video there. Oh, yes, that's right, Lawrence. Thanks. You're better at marketing. So also, with that said, I do have a mod to the X-Lite. You do have to be kind of you do really have to kind of know what you're doing. This isn't a novice mod by any means whatsoever. But here is a modification to add XpressLRS internal to your X-Lite without losing any functionality. or making it look like you have ExpressLRS. It's a real stealth mod. It's not super easy, but you know, it'd be a fun little challenge. Yeah, funny bones. That's a funny video, right? Yeah. Lights is my job. Ryan says I use the Beta FPV receivers too, way better antenna than the one. Yeah, Beta FPV does include very good antennas in the receivers. The Happy model receiver antennas are they're kind of shitty. They're like really flimsy. I don't like the Happy model antennas. If Happy model would include a better antenna, I don't think I'd recommend any other receivers. The nano receivers the Beta FPV uses are, I think, better in a few ways. One, they've got the better antennas, and two, they have an amplifier on the telemetry on the transmit side on them, so you do get a little bit longer range on the telemetry side of it. Yeah, I saw that video. Maybe I bought another radio. Michael D just joined the stream. Did you see the Axis released motors for the DJI Avatar? Really? Interesting. Oh, this person's back. Every weekend. Report. Okay, Google, or YouTube, I am reporting unwanted pornographical or sexually explicit material. I am reporting you. I guarantee you they will do nothing about it. But hey, I got a copyright strike for a video that I uploaded like 3 years ago. It's not a community strike, but it's a copyright strike. It really doesn't mean anything. It's just, I'll probably just take the video down because it's an old video. But yeah, fun stuff. Yeah. So anyways, back to wherever we were at. I don't know what happened there. So the NanoFly 16, great little quad. I recommend it. At least the one that I have has been great. The video range on it is just fine. The camera quality is fine. Flies great. It's light. Takes 1S batteries. It does use GMB27, which I do not like that connector. I know it's the best performing connector before you get to XT30, but I've just had a lot of issues with reliability on it. This one has been holding up so far so good, but I'm only about maybe 9 packs into it. Usually around the 12 to 20 range is when they fail on me. So we'll see what happens. But so far, very much liking it. The tune is pretty darn good. It's very flyable. It's a lot of fun, and I love when they come with these little containers. So you just jam the quad in there, and then it takes up like almost no space. You could throw a bunch of batteries in there, and you're good to go. I did buy some extra motors, and they also have a USB-C to GMB27 PH 2.0 charger on their website. It was like $10. So I ordered one of those too. See how that is. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Yeah, YouTube doesn't care about sexy bots. Mike Bergman says, yeah, Aaron's bunk. Yeah, just try to turn it off, turn it back on again. But I will say, when I flew this, I was like, ugh, analog. This sucks. I've just realized I've been flying digital for far too long. This is probably the first time I've flown analog in probably 6 months, and wow, is it trash. I mean, it's good for analog. I just forgot how bad analog was. But you would never be able to get a quad this small, this light, that flies this well on digital. So analog's around, and it's going to stick around because it does serve a niche. And I do... It just... Yeah. It's easy. It's one of those things. It's just kind of... It was a shocker. I'm like, wow, have I been flying digital so long that I forgot what analog looked like? Oh, yeah, Rod Logan. Well, you were gone for a while, so I re-enabled them. Let me... Just because. just because you were probably one of the longest standing supporters of the channel, I'll turn it off for you. It's no more Popo lights. I think they'll come on for a super chat, so hey. Ah. L. Leston, how you doing this morning, man? Nice to see you. Ezekiel, 1794. Hi, what compact radio controller do you recommend for a pincher? For a pincher, radio I would probably recommend is the TX12 Mark II. That is an Express LRS inbuilt radio. If you're flying, yeah, it's a great pinching radio. Let me grab it. I'll be right back. I have recently sold off a lot of my excess radio stock. But the Radiomaster TX12, let's head over to the side camera here. Over to the bench. This is a great pinching radio, not with these stick ends. My preferred stick ends are the TBS Crown Jewels, but this is a great everyday, every person's radio. It'll do everything you need it to do. It doesn't have some gaudy BS color touchscreen. Nobody needs that shit. Has trim switches, so if you're flying fixed wing, it has momentaries, it has three positions, has Hall effect gimbals, has sliders, has everything you need. But it is a great pinching radio, and it's also a great thumbing radio. It has Express LRS built into it, so no need to buy a module for that. It does have a full-size JR bay, so you can add whatever radio protocol of your choice. Comes with Edge TX, comes with SD card. Does not come with batteries. You'll need to buy two 18650s. Whatever, no big deal. But this is a great pinching radio, in my opinion. The other one would probably be the Radiomaster Zorro. This is actually a good pinching radio. It's not so much a holding type radio, but you're just kind of like squeezing it between your hands. It looks smaller, but in reality, it's not any smaller than the TX12 Mark II. It has the exact same gimbals on it, and it is about the same size. It is more, I don't know. I do like the ergonomics of this for thumbing, but it would be fine for pinching as well. But overall, I'd say this is probably my pick for a good all-around pinching thumbing radio, the Radiomaster TX12. And if you want to pick up a Radiomaster TX12, head over to tweetfv.com and click those affiliate links and give me a little bit of a cut. Doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out. Oh, let's see. Something smells like burning. Hopefully it's not that one-wheel battery about to pop off. We'll see. Back to the chat here. Let me get back to where I was. Where am I at? Mike Berwin, we'll be waiting for you. You know what? I'll run the ad break while you're gone. Brandon McBean says, I fly analog 2S and under my analog Phantom can also take 3S. But it's pretty fast to see at times. Spoil my deal, yeah. Yeah, Rob Logan Jr., the Popo's turned off, but I think it is the alert for super chats. So yeah, I don't remember how to turn that off. So it's gonna that is just what it is. Let's see, Lawrence. I tried thumbing today probably for like 2 hours. What a mess. I used to be a pincher, and then I switched to thumbing. Ezekiel 1794. I know I'm saying that wrong, but sorry. With a $4.99 super chat. Thanks for the answer. Yeah, no problem, buddy. I hope that helps you out. And then also, if you're not in the Express LRS ecosystem, The TX12, the original one, sells for the same price. I really wouldn't recommend getting it. This is a better radio. It has ExpressOS in it. And it has better gimbals. I would do the TX12 and then just buy a external multi-protocol module if you want to go that road and eventually work your way over to ExpressOS. But yeah. Steam foam for the battery bay. Yes, I do. Yeah, the battery bay is kind of clanky. Rob Logan Jr. says, hey Dan, what are those amazing glittery things on the radio? Do the radios come with those? No, they don't. The radios do not come with these. These are my Tweetafee radio grips. You can get them from tweetafee.com or racedayquads.com. They're my other official vendor of the grips. Super affordable, and I've heard claims that they will make you fly up to 46% better. Not my claim, but claims some of the users of them have made. Thanks for teeing me up there, Rob Logan. Appreciate it. Mike Berger says, I started pinching last week and my flying has improved quickly. Couldn't pinch on anything other but my TX12 though. Yeah, pinching is supposed to be the most accurate way to fly. It just kind of depends on what you're used to though. Hybrid pinch. Lawrence, so you have Velocidrone on the computer and you have me on your phone, you know? I tried pinching on my Zorro, which couldn't hold it comfortably. Think about the TX12. We'll definitely try it out now. Yeah, the TX12 I think is definitely a better pinching radio. I used to, it was really weird when I was flying the X-Lite. I flew the X-Lite for a very long time, which is like the Zorro, just smaller with smaller gimbals. I would pinch for full-size flying and then thumb for micros. Weird. And I actually really like the X-Lite for pinching. The lights are broke for me. What did you punch in there? Let's see if this thing will work again. Do the thing. Do the thing, Lumia Stream. Let's see if it does it. It probably won't. Actually, the Mark II radio is actually cheaper than the original TX12 right now by like $10. So, yeah, I would buy the Mark II and then take that extra $10 and put it towards a multi-protocol module, which you can find them really cheap, especially if you go to the usual scumbags. But yeah, if you're looking for a Mark II, TX12 Mark II, there you go. There's an affiliate link. Would appreciate if you used it. Let me close Lumia Stream. See if I can get this little bastard to work again. Quit. Closing Lumia Stream. Reopen. I wonder if it's because I updated OBS. There is an issue with the WebSocket in the new version of OBS. I might actually downgrade OBS back to the old version. Oh, let's see. There's chatbot. Chatbot commands. Should be working. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, I think it might be an issue with OBS. But it doesn't seem like it. It seems like it would... Whatever. Figure out another day. Let's see. More than shot, 40% better, 3% of the time. Yeah, obviously. Lawrence 3 screens. Poodlehawk FPV says the grips seriously do make a significant improvement in how the Zorro feels in my hands. I absolutely agree with you. Well, I can show it this way. So here's a list of the light commands you can do. But yeah, just type in, you know, that, and it should command the lights to do something. If it's working, it might not be working. Yeah, the triggers are working. I don't know, just the command list isn't working for some reason. That's another app that just changed, so riding shotgun is my driver training. Oh man, that's awesome. All right. And as I said in the beginning, can we get unicorn vomit as an option? Yes, I'll have to program it though. So maybe for the next live stream, I'll get unicorn vomit working. Oh, by the way, no live stream next Sunday. Taking a break, family time type thing. So recently I picked up one of these little guys. This is from Sequire. Sequire. Square Home. Not. So Sequire makes a whole slew of different soldering irons, and it's always something. It's always something. I don't know if this was plugged in. Might lose my my headphones here. Yep, that battery isn't charged either. That'll be interesting. So, anyways, I've been buying a lot of Sequire or Secure, whatever you want to call it. Soldering irons for a while now. I've had their SQ001, which is a TS 100 kind of clone. The SI 012 Pro is another one that I picked up that I really, really like. And then I recently picked up this little guy here, the P15. The wireless soldering iron. It has a battery built into it. It is, I think it's a 15 watt. Yeah, it's a 15 watt iron. It's pretty good. I do like it. We'll go over to the bench here and I'll show you guys some more about it. So the P15 wireless soldering iron, the reason why I'm really kind of stoked on this one for a field iron is the battery is internal to it, so you don't have to hook up a LiPo or a battery bank or anything like that. You do get your choice of tip. I chose a conical tip for 2 reasons. The conical seems to be, on average, good enough. And then also, with a conical tip, there's enough meat on the tip that if you wanted to make a chisel tip out of it, you can file it down. I took a class once where we actually had to make our own soldering iron tips before we could start the class, also just basically to save money. So this one's already charged up. Push the button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She flashes. And then to slaughter away, you hold the button and it heats up while you're holding it. And it only is running while you're holding the button. So there we go. It should be, there you go. It's already hot enough to melt solder. I have tried soldering all sorts of different size wires with it. 12 gauge seems to be too much for it. 14 is about the limit. I was able to solder up a XT60 on 14 gauge, but 12 gauge just was too much mass for this little guy. And it only runs while you're holding the button. If you hold the button for over 60 seconds, it shuts itself down. So you just gotta kind of modulate it every once in a while, push the button. And when you let go, it's turned off the power to the heating element. Push it 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it shuts itself off, so you can't accidentally turn it on. And the cool part is, as soon as the tip cools down enough where the solder solidifies, which it already has, just cap it off and throw it in your flight bag. This thing has enough power, has enough juice in it that you could easily solder up an entire quad and then some without needing to recharge it. I don't know how long it'll last for, but I ran this thing for, God, it had been 5 minutes straight. Just fine. The casing does get a little bit warm since I put that hot tip in there, but it's, it's definitely skin safe at this point. Super convenient. Yeah, let's see. It's a decent size. It's about 6.5 inches long and about a 1/2 inch diameter. Uses a micro USB, and it charges just like anything else. Plug it in. Light turns red when it's charged. Turns green. Does come with the stand and the foam, which you really don't need because basically because of the way it's designed. When you set it down, it's going to roll right up to about the point where it hits that button, and it's going to stop. It's not weird shape, so it's going to be sticking the tip into your work mat or anything like that. It's just going to sit there. But I think, based off its capabilities and its size, I'd say this is probably one of the best field irons I've seen so far as convenience goes. It's not a workhorse like the TS100, the SQ001, or the SI012 Pro, but it's super, super convenient. You would be able to do just about any field repair, except for possibly soldering on an XT60. But take that for what it's worth. I don't know how often you solder on an XT60 in the field. It's mostly motor wires and little tiny wires, what I end up doing in the field. This is going to be perfect for that. And it's only $11. It is $11. Brand makes so it's an old digital box mod. Wondering if I can use their 5-1 threaded soldering tip. Just turn my old gear into soldering stuff. Maybe. You literally using the S. Ryan says I'm literally using the SI 012 right now. If you saw the last video, like I said, I've been using the 001 forever. I absolutely love this iron, but recently I started using the Pro, the 012 Pro. This is a better iron, at least for me, since it uses USB-C. It says it needs PD, but it doesn't really need PD. It'll use a regular QC2 and QC3. It just heats up slower. Awesome interface, great tips, easily interchanged. If you guys haven't seen that video, these soldering iron cases are awesome. But the space that this will take up in your bag is almost nothing compared to a normal soldering iron. And the fact that you can kind of put it away hot is super convenient to me. And it's so damn cheap. Joe Monkey says, I have the Sequire D60. It's really nice, but hard to find USB-C cable that'll power it. Seems you need to use their own USB-C cable, which isn't included with the iron. Let's see, what is that one? You said it's the D60. Where is the D60 at? Let's see, D60B0. D60. Here we go. Let's take a look at the D60. I have looked at this one before. I've actually given away a few of these. You can use any USB-C, but it has to be a PD, a power delivery charging bank that will power it. It's not so much the cable; it's the bank or the power supply you need. A lot of things are coming with PD power banks right now. And this one, from what I remember, it wouldn't do well if you just used like a quick charge 2 or 3. It has to be a power delivery power supply. So maybe that's why. But Mike Bergman, built-in battery, huh? Yep, built-in battery. Rob Logan Jr., you're not the first person that said it looks like a vape pen. Meat on the tip. Yep. How long does it take to get to temperature with the built-in battery? 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Is that the same connector as a vape pen? I've never used a douche tube, so I'm not entirely sure. Could you solder an XT60? L. Eston, I could solder an XT60, but only up to 14 gauge. 12 gauge was too much. It doesn't have enough wattage and mass to do anything bigger than 14 gauge, and that took us some time. Like, it could do it, but it's just not. I think it's a little bit too far. So if you were to have like a shop iron and a field iron, I think this would be a good complement to what you take in the field. I don't think I've ever replaced an XT60 in the field, but I have soldered a ton of motor wires, a ton of receiver wires, camera wires, the smaller stuff like 22, 20, 24 gauge, stuff like that, and this is perfect. I don't really care. The chisel tip or the conical tip is a bit on the big side, but like I said, what I would do is I would just take a file and I would chomp down that other angle and make a chisel tip out of it. But when you order it, you do kind of pick what tip you want to get with it. There are some other options besides the chisel tip. Let's go here. So you get this type of chisel tip, this K, which I hate this chisel tip. The B, the pointy tip, I think is pretty useless in this hobby. And then the conical. The conical was a good compromise where you could actually basically make it the size tip or the shape tip that you want by filing it, which is a legit practice. Even I could do a wire or two. It looks super useful. It can do. You could easily do an entire quad and then some, and still have a ton of power left over. Plantar fasciitis sucks. Okay. Oh, work-proof new boots. Yeah, $11. Compared to the, I mean, this is definitely a better iron overall. The SI012 and same thing with the 001, but these things are $40. Hell, if you're worried about runtime, you could buy 2 of them and still be ahead. But like I said, it is a little bit limited at that 15 watts compared to, what is this guy? This guy's probably 80, 100 watts. What is this thing? Thanks for the spec sheet, guys. Where are we at? 65 watts if you're using a PD power bank. 65 watts. Can you show the link for the soldering iron? Yeah, sorry, I'm... yeah, me, let's see if it'll... okay, there you go. There's the link for the soldering. Not an affiliate link, just a regular old internet buy type link. But if you're interested in that and you think that'll help you out, why not like and subscribe? You know, help me out. And if you really want to be one of the cool guys, cool kids, cool folk up here, why don't you become a Patreon supporter? Go to tweetfv.com and click the Patreon link and subscribe to me as little as $2 a day. And you know what? Just because you guys are all awesome, I bought a second one. And what do you think I'm going to do with this second one, guys? What do you think I'm going to do with it? Mike Bergman with $5 super chat. I appreciate every little bit, and I appreciate you being here. Where are we at in the chat here, man? Things... Let's see. Rowan, seriously, yeah, get a geek fake. Yeah, that'd be like if you vaped, like I don't. Is it easy to take like the end off the vape pen and like stick a soldering iron tip on it? Like that would be interesting to see if you could just do that. Brandon Bean says 14 gauge is good enough. Your leads are short. 12 gauge, I always get burned. Even my TS100 has a hard time with 12 gauge. Should break out the old unregulated iron for those ones. I haven't had any issues with 12 gauge with my TS100 or anything like that. A lot of it comes down to technique as well. There are ways to make irons solder above their weight limit, if that makes any sense. Just knowing how to basically work around those limitations. Thermal bridge and stuff like that really helps out a lot. Bean says this is working at 45 watts now. 45 watts, definitely enough. Difference between the Ryan wants to know the difference between the SI012 and the SI012 Pro. What is the difference? About $10. What is the difference between that and the Pro? I'm looking here. I want to see what the difference is. Seems like the power rating's the same. They look identical. I honestly don't know the difference. Because one says Pro, and that means it's better. Right? Ask Apple. That's how they do stuff. I honestly don't see a difference. Maybe it's what comes with it. Maybe it's what's in the package. Let's see. What's the difference in the package? No, it looks. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. Don't know. I have no idea what the difference is. I don't see a difference. I need to find a way to count how many laps I can do in your 2-hour live stream. It's probably a lot. Spander, how you doing? Ace at FEV says I just purchased a Sequoia A111 or 110. 110, 111. What is a A110? Okay. Oh, it's a soldering iron. Okay. Yeah, it's a super useful iron. It's a good iron. They're a little bit kind of cumbersome because they always want to like tip down into your work mat. So getting a good iron holder would be kind of nice for that. $2 a month. Yeah, $2 a month. Sorry. Hey, if you want to support me for $2 a day, that would be awesome. Don't do that. Side note, Overwatch 2 is out. Yep, I hear it's out, and I've been seeing some good things. I've also seen people playing on the Steam Deck, which I am just in love with my Steam Deck. I love it. But anyways, so let me do something here. Give me 1 second. Let's shut up headphones. These ones are gonna die too here in a second because they suck. They don't suck. I just didn't charge the battery because I are idiot. Let's do let's go ahead and give away one of these guys. You guys want that? You want me to give away one of these irons? Copy. Let's see. CQUE. All right, there we go. Yeah, let me work on this entry form right here. Let's see. Let's skip that. Name. Short answer, email address, responses, not take responses. All right. And preview. Google Docs. C. Let's go to edit. All right, guys. This is open to everybody. No purchase necessary, as always. The link is in the video description for the Google form. Go ahead and enter there. And we'll spin that thing at about 11:45, so about 30 minutes from now. And we'll send that out to one lucky winner. You do have to pay for shipping because I ain't made of money. And there ain't enough of y'all up here to make that happen. But yeah, as Michael D says, a friendly reminder, hit that like button. Let's see, what is she playing? Minecraft. She's playing Minecraft. Free range check-in for $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to drop a super chat, go for it. I always appreciate it. Anyways, these fine folk up here, if you're in the $5 and up tier, you already have the entry link for this month's giveaway. Like I teased last week. God, words are tough right now. Give me a second. I think I've hit that line of too much coffee. As I alluded to last week, this month's giveaway that is run over on Patreon. It's not just for patrons, but that's where it originates from. That's where you get the links and everything. For the $5 and up, they already have access to the entry link for this guy. Oh yeah, we're going big this month. This is for a Flywheel Explorer. I think this is a V2 Flywheel Explorer. DJI has the good camera on it, the Nebula Pro. This sucker is rocking 4-inch props, 1404 motors at what is this thing? 2730 kV. That's awfully specific. 2750 kV. DJI, GPS, the whole shebang. It has XpressOS on it. If you don't want XpressOS, I'll take the receiver off and I'll include a receiver of your choice if I have one, and you can install it anyways. I don't really care. So anyways, that's this month's giveaway over on Patreon. If you want to become a patron supporter and get early access, sign up for the $5 and up tier, and you'll get early access to the link. $2 and under, the link will go live when the live stream for the giveaway goes live. Live. But the only reason I'm able to keep doing this is because of these fine folk up here. These are the ones that keep this going. Back to the chat here. TweetFB says, you are awesome. Yeah, you are awesome there, Freelance Chicken. Thank you so much. What's the kid playing back there? Like I said, she's playing Minecraft. She was playing Genshin Impact a little bit earlier. She is big into Roblox. I hate Roblox. Brad Baked Bean says, yeah, that's an amazing giveaway. Yeah, it is an amazing giveaway. Ryan, anybody else see the giveaway link? The giveaway link for the iron is in the video description. I guess I can also plop it in here. Why not? There you go. For the lazy folk. It's right there. But it is in the video description. Morton Upshot says, I almost bought one of those as my first FPV quad. Really hoping to snag that. Yeah, this would have been a terrible first quad. It is great at its purpose, which is long range. It is not for acro. It is not for crashing. If you crash a lot, don't fly this because it will break. It is super thin and super light. And I'll include the naked GoPro mount if you guys want it. It is what it is. But anyways, that link is live for the $5 and up folk over on Patreon. Also, joining my Patreon, you do get access to my patron-only sections. My patron-only sections of Discord. I don't do a whole lot there just because, unlike other YouTubers, I don't want to put anything behind a paywall. You know, I mean, there are bonuses for being in there, but I'm in the Gen Pop section, and so is everybody else. Like, there is a patron only. Well, I'll put some behind-the-scenes stuff, a little more insight into my life type stuff up there in Patreon. I just don't want Gen Pop to see. But if you want help, I'm in the normal chat, because why not? Nobody should have to pay to no one should have to pay to get their problems solved in this hobby. You should be able to go to the manufacturers of the shit you're having problems with and get help, but we all know that that's not the case. Room temperature coffee is terrible. Cold coffee's awesome. Hot coffee's awesome. Room temperature coffee is just his fingernails on the chalkboard of my soul. Yuck. Ugh. Brandon Baked Beans, twifb.com. Thank you so much. Thanks for hooking me up, brother. All the links are there. See, I also have this the 5-inch Darwin FPV quad. I haven't had a chance to fly that yet. I might try to fly it today. It's looking good enough outside, and kind of caught up with all my housework other than laundry. But whatever. It's not like I'm sitting there scrubbing on a washboard. I've lost 5 quads, pushing my limits too hard. Yeah. Yeah, and ever since getting the Cola 6, I really don't find myself ever flying the Flywheel Explorer. I mean, the Flywheel Explorer filled that niche of being lightweight, compact, and long range. To be honest, the Cola 6 is more compact when it's all folded up, flies 6-inch props, full-size batteries, and a full-size GoPro. I haven't really found the need for the Explorer anymore. But I've known plenty of people that have had the Explorers and they've pushed them out to basically the limits of what DJI will do. It is digital, so if you're not on the DJI system, it ain't gonna work for you unless you buy DJI or swap it all out to analog stuff. I think last holiday season back in December, I gave away. Oh, that was a big giveaway. I gave away a radio with Express ORS, a 4-inch long-range quad, and a set of DJI goggles, all in one bundle. That was a bank breaker. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that again this year. Times are tough, you know what I'm saying. Brandon McBean says, you've flown the 702 motors on a tiny whoop size 65mm like the Mo Beetle. I built one. It's the closest to brushed feel. Yes, I have. I'm very fond of the feel of the 0702s. I don't know if I would say it feels like the brushless quad, mostly because I haven't flown the one brushless quad I've had in a long time. I need to charge a battery up and go fly that thing. Oh, I know it'll be like 30 minutes of setup because I haven't flown anything FR Sky in forever, and that thing is on FR Sky. But you know, but I do very much like the way it flies. Are you flying on bi-blades or tri-blades, Brandon? Can I still send you my XR? Absolutely, absolutely. Turn throttle boost and beta flight to 0, and it feels like brushless. I will have to give that a try. Yeah, Rob Logan Jr., absolutely. I think I'm going to start welding this pack up probably today or tomorrow. The BMS I got for it it's the only thing I found that will handle 20S, and it's small, and unfortunately it's expensive, and I've heard also that it's super unreliable. So, yay, happy about that. Really. Sorry, had a message on my phone that looked like it was something important. Flying bi-blades, yeah. So, did you build one, or did you actually buy the Mo Beetle there, Brandon? And are you flying it on the carbon frame or the plastic frame? And I got another fun thing to add to the collection. I've been waiting forever to get one of these guys, the Insys 360 1X line of cameras. They just came out with their X3. Super excited to give this thing a whirl. Really haven't had a chance to do anything with it, but I really like the possibilities of 360 cameras, and I wish the resolution would have changed. The form factor is awesome for on a stick, and the screen's big enough to be useful on this camera. So I figured, why not? I jumped on it. No regrets yet. I do have one of the 361Rs, but it's buried inside of a invisible quad right now. But yeah, I think that is that one finally IP68? I don't know. I think it is. I think it might be. You'd think they would say on their website, but why would they, right? I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what the water rating is. I know it's supposed to be able to get wet. It has a freaking water mode, underwater mode, so I would imagine it's got to be IP68 at least. So the X2 wasn't. Yeah, the X2 had these weird, funky little doors on it that weren't watertight. These ones are all gasket sealed. Oh yes, there it is. It is officially IPX8. IPX8. What does IPX8 mean? Not used to it being an X there. What does the X mean? So it's just immersion tested, so it doesn't have dust ingress protection. It's a weird rating on this camera. I don't know. It's IPX8. So, what is IPX8? IP immersion beyond 1 meter. So it's definitely water better. Water better. Oh, that's dumb. All right, guys, it's 11:30. We got another 15 minutes for entry for the P15 soldering iron before we spin the wheel on that little guy there. I'm interested to see what you could do sticking this thing on a vape pen. X means no dust, so it has no dust protection, which it's weird that we have no dust protection but it has water protection. Oh. Anyways, maybe they just didn't get it tested, or I don't know. One Vision Aerial, hello Dan. The chat run late. It's cutting grass, feeding the ducks. Hey man, welcome. Glad you're here. Glad to have you here. If you want to get the entry link for the soldering iron, it is in the video description. Should be in the video description. Spanner, what is the less obvious tip you would give to someone who got their first 3D printer asking for a friend? What's the less obvious tip you would give to somebody that got their first 3D printer? Buy large bottles of 99% pure IPA alcohol, microfiber cloths, and glue sticks, PVA glue sticks. I guess that would be the first tip. And as far as like printing goes, find a slicer and stick with it. Go with Prusa slicer, my own personal preference, and just stick with it. Don't jump around from slicer to slicer. Just pick one, learn it, and live with it. And then after that, get an enclosure. The enclosure, I think, is probably one of the things that will do the most for your 3D printing. Just keeping temperatures consistent in the print area, and also helping to eliminate drafts. If you're in a very humid environment, also maybe a filament dryer. Hairspray is messy and it's unnecessary. Use a glue stick. For some reason, I think people like to be able to just go and spray something at something and feel like they've, like, look at the popularity of like spray on sunblock. It sucks, but people like it because it's in a spray can. Get the shit in the bottle. Works better. I think it's the same way with bed adhesive agents. Honestly, I don't use anything like that anymore. I'm using a I'm drawing an absolute blank at the material. PEI. If you don't have a PEI build sheet, that is probably the first thing I would change is get PEI. PEI is awesome. Just don't ever put acetone on it. Yeah, Mike Bergman. That's what I was thinking of. PEI sheets for the win. Everything I use is PEI. Everything sticks to it. Some stuff sticks too well, and I actually use the glue stick as a releasing agent, something that will make it so it doesn't bond quite so well. But yeah. And then the way I'll grab it right. So I just pick up one of these little squeeze bottles on Amazon and some microfiber cloths. Just don't run these in the dryer. Before every print, while the bed's cold, put a bunch of isopropyl alcohol on there and clean it off every single print, every single time. And the biggest thing with 3D printing is just being consistent, doing the same thing every time and not changing too many things. What's the ISO for? Isopropyl alcohol. Yeah. When I was using glass, a borosilicate glass and glue stick, every once in a while the film would stick so well to the glass, especially because I print a lot of ABS. Like, I do not with PLA. PLA is a BS material and you shouldn't use it. Once you figure out how to print, stop printing PLA. PLA is good for toys and ornaments. Like, everything I print is basically functional prints, and PLA is just not good for any of that stuff. It's good for rapid prototyping, that's fine. It's good for doing why are you here? It's good for fast prototyping and things like that, and things that look cool. All the cool colors in PLA. Stop printing PLA. PLA Plus is stop. Print PETG or print ABS. PLA Plus is better. It's still not good. There's a lot of people that have printed nothing but PLA that are experts at 3D printing. If all you print is PLA, you need to move on. You need to up your game. Print PETG, print ABS. These are all PETG. ABS or PLA just can't handle temperatures. Everything I do has to be able to handle abrasion or being, like this. Like, this would never work with PLA. It would probably snap. PETG has some flexibility to it, and everything I do kind of needs that. Things with living hinges, latches, stuff like that. Yeah, but they shouldn't be. They're using PLA Plus. PLA Plus is like PLA, but like a couple bucks more with some modifiers. Once you start printing good materials like ABS and PETG, then the world kind of opens up to you. It's the things you can do with your prints. Use PLA for a chicken watering dish. Yeah, perfect place for that. Except for if it's outside, then it's gonna get warped by the sun, so it can't handle the heat. PLA Plus handles higher heat. Yep, it does. But why not just print with PETG? It can handle even more heat. And of course, it depends on what company you use. Not all PLAs, PETGs are... ABS is not a good material. Don't lie to people. PETG and nylon are only good. Why do you say ABS is not a good material? PETG is too brittle. PETG is not brittle when printed properly. PETG is stronger than PLA. Of course, different companies, different qualities, different. It cracks, delams, and warps. Not if you're printing it right. No, not if you're printing it right. What temp does ABS and PETG print at? Usually like 255, 260, something like that. You also need to have a all metal hot end, or you're supposed to anyways. I'm not saying you don't know anything about printing. I just don't agree with you. What temp does ABS and PETG print at? Yeah, I know a lot of people get down on ABS because because the vapors that come out of it, but ask yourself, do you smoke? Do you drink? You're either one of those, and you really don't give a shit. Like, put everything in terms of reality. PETG is a lot easier to print. I will give you that. If you're trying to make anything where you got to sand and make it look nice, ABS is a better alternative. ABS is more expensive than PETG. Sometimes, depending where you're getting it from. It's not always the case. I have printed a lot in ABS. And ABS, it stands up better than PETG in just about every case that I've used it for. I have an entire printer that's printed of nothing but ABS. ABS is more expensive in Canada. Okay. That's certainly a possibility. Yeah, here it's virtually the same price for ABS or PETG. Maybe $1 different. Carbon fiber nylon is neat stuff. I do like carbon fiber nylon. It's a little misleading because it is stronger and it has barely. The problem with carbon fiber nylon is it's not like it has pieces of carbon fiber on there, but they're not aligned and they're not joined. So it does add a little bit of strength to it, but it's not like. A lot of people get this misconception that, it has carbon fiber on it. It's going to be super strong. It's like, well, no, it's just like cutting an arm where the fibers run the short way. It really doesn't add much to the strength. Rob Logan Jr. would have print my front wheel, and the front wheel is entirely printed of mostly PETG and ABS. There's a little bit of TPU in there for the fenders, but it's mostly ABS and PETG. No PLA. Polymaker, Polymax, PLA. For $30 a roll, no. Yeah, I'm right. Josh Murrah, how you doing? There's a nice friendly name. Welcome. I'll send your thing out on Tuesday. The post office is closed Monday for federal holiday. It will go out on Tuesday. Fetching ABS great appeal. Bardwell is too hungover to stream. Wow, that's that's interesting. ASA is good stuff. It's just as good as ABS, except for it's a little more resistant to UV rays. I've got stuff outside that has been sitting in the Alabama sun for roughly 5 years. It's printed out of ABS, and it still looks like it was the day I printed it. All right, it's 11:44. We're going to spin the wheel for the soldering iron here in just a minute. If you guys haven't gotten in on the giveaway, go ahead and click that link in the video description, or I'll paste it right here. Nope, that was not it. Let's try this again. Go ahead and get your name on the list, and we'll spin it. Polymaker's $25 a roll on Amazon. Is it? I've used a lot of the Polymaker ABS and PETG. That's the thing I like about PLA, is it does have all the cool colors is in PLA, but you just don't really get that with the other materials. The supports are way too strong. Yeah, that sucks. Did your DIY gate? It's pretty handy, and I built a couple lighted gates last night. Oh, cool, man. That's an old video. I went back and watched it not too long ago for some reason, and it was like, eesh. Polymaker ASA is my favorite, but very limited in color. Yeah, a lot of the hot parts for my Voron were printed out of Polymaker ASA or Polymaker ABS. Actually, a lot of it's Overture ABS, to be honest with you. Overture works pretty damn good, in my opinion. Good enough. All right, guys, I'm going to close down the entries for that iron here in just a minute. Give you a few more minutes to get in on there if you want the iron. Click the link. Let's see. I'm curious if anyone else in 3D prints have ever ruined 3D TPU from over drying. I have never ruined anything from over drying it, but I am doing it in just a food dehydrator. I'm not like stick it in the oven. I think if you put it in the oven, you might run the chance of hitting that glass transition temperature and just destroying it. Might actually win. Well, let's see. All right, guys, closing it down in 5, 4, 3, 2. Refresh, and 26 entries. Closing it down right now. I never used to dry my material until I moved here. It's a bit too humid, and I've been too cheap to run the air conditioner in the basement. So it does get a little steamy down here. Why aren't you loading? You piece of crap. I'm gonna have to give it a minute to it's not populating the names for some reason. Come on. $38 entries. No. Not 38. I don't know what the hell is going on with the internet here. There we go. 26 entries. All right, let's put them on the wheel. Post. Yeah, desiccant is good as a preventative measure, but I've never, like the dust can't dry the material. It can keep it from getting wet or help keep it from getting wet. But once it's wet, you gotta like actively dry it. At least that's what I found. All right, guys, here we go. Got the wheel up, and let's customize this. Hang on a second. Good. Take a time. Yeah. 10. She says 10. We're gonna go 10. 10 seconds. Be a quick one. 10 seconds. Let's see. Anyone know why my ISDT Q6 Nano Charger won't balance charge my lithium-ion batteries? Marcel, what do you mean it won't balance charge your batteries? Like, how far off are they? All right, guys. I'm going to spin the wheel here. Thanks for entering. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. It's going to be a quick one. And the winner is John Keane. Congratulations, John. Hit me up, tweetfb@gmail.com, or over on Discord, or wherever you are, and drop me a line, or I'll hit you up with an email later on today. But congratulations, you have won the soldering iron. This thing is back. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for taking care of that. It's super annoying. Congratulations, John. All right, so Marcel, what do you mean by won't balance? Like, how far off is it leaving the cells? And is this during the charge cycle, or is this during, like, do you have quick charge selected or fast charge, or is this just a normal charging cycle? Because it should, yeah, obviously, it should balance charge them. During charge cycle, there's only charge cycle. When it gets to the end of the charge cycle, just say, yep, we're done, and they're like way off in voltage? Or is there, are they only off by a couple milliamps? Just sits at 0 amps doing nothing forever until I see that one sells it. Are you charging as a lithium ion, or are you charging as a LiPo? Some of those chargers, the lithium, the LiPo setting is like 4.1, where most lithium ion cells just charge them as a LiPo, so 4.2. Ooh, that is a pretty big swing there. Does it only do it to the lithium ion packs, or will it do it to the LiPos the same? The same. Yeah, we charge them as LiPo now. I always charge lithium ion as LiPo because it's the same. Have you tried charging it with the lithium polymer setting on your charger instead of the LiPo setting? don't know. It may be just that charger has such a low discharge rate that when it gets to the end of the cycle, it probably says, like, I'm trying to remember how ISDT does it. They do a fast charge as the beginning charge. So they're going up to 4.2, and then they start to do the balancing algorithm, which is always at the top of the charge. So once it gets to 4.2 or whatever the highest cell is supposed to, whenever the highest cell gets to its charged point, what it will do is it will stop there and it will start to discharge the highest cell down to meet the lowest charged cell, and then it will start to charge them back up at like a couple milliamps. It may not actually be finishing it, but again, I'd have to see it. The ISDT has a balance algorithm in it, but the balance algorithm is only as fast as the individual cell's discharge rating is, not the main discharge rating, but like each channel. So, or not each channel, but over the balancing. So it was a, what'd you say this thing was? It was a, which charger? So it was an ISDT. Did you say it was a Q6? ISDT Q6. Q6. Let's see. ISDT Q6. What is the discharge rating on this thing? It is balance current's 0.5 amp per cell. So it'll take an hour to get one cell down 0.5 amp. And that's probably at 30 volts. So it also depends on how many cell pack it is, because it's mostly like a wattage thing. So max discharge is 10 watts. Is it a 6S pack or 4S? 3S? 4S probably, I'm guessing. All right, thanks for the $5 super chat, Marcel. Appreciate it. Marcel, is it a 4S pack? 6S. So 6S, how many milliamp pack? Assuming it's probably a 3,000 milliamp pack, 4,000 milliamp pack. So do some math in here. All right, this is let's see, 25.2 volts. Let's see. All right, let's see. Amps times volts, it gets your watts, so it's 4,000. Well, it's 4 watts times 25.2 volts. So it's a 102 watt hour battery. So 10 milliwatts. So it's 5 by 10. So that's, let's see, having a hard time with the math here. So that charge is gonna be able to do 10 watts of discharge. So the max it'll do, since it's at its max rated ish, so it's like 0.5 amp per cell. So if your cells were, say, let's see, what were your ranges you gave me? They were 4.2, so you are off by 1, let's see, 0.1, let's say 0.1 at the most. That'll take around 10 minutes to balance if it's off that far. Also, this is my GMP successes. Going through the chat here, and you said you're doing us on the LiPo algorithm or the lithium polymer, or sorry, lithium ion or lithium polymer cycle. Oh, what's going on here? Same to my toys. We changed the filament that everyone used from Race with Ducks. Possible to make the light command exclusive to me, bro. Feels like that's probably a good idea. No, I can't make it exclusive. You print fully enclosed or open? Fully enclosed for the most part, except for PLA. If I do print it, it's open. And same thing with TPU. I leave it open. For the most part, it's all enclosed. Lithium ion cycle currently, but could try LiPo. Yeah, try LiPo. Lithium ion does have a different algorithm, but the lithium ions that we use, like just the regular 18650s, you could do it on the LiPo setting, and it's just fine. When you do lithium ion, do you tell it to cut off at 4.2 or 4.1 or 4.15 or whatever? Not that it really makes too much of a difference. Oh, man. Does anyone know where I can find X9 light module bay cover? I possibly Aloft Hobbies. They have parts. X9 light. Or possibly Horus RC. No, I don't see it on. Radio spare parts, X9 or X9 light. Where's it at here? Yeah, I would check out Horus RC. They would probably be your best bet for replacement parts. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I got stuff I gotta get doing. If you guys have any questions or you need help with anything, hit me over at over on Discord, go to tweetfp.com and hit the invite link in the bottom on the right-hand side. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I got stuff to do. You guys have fun this weekend. Go fly. And we'll see y'all next time. Remember, folks, stay positive. Won't see you next week. Remember, no live stream next weekend. We'll do one after that. We'll see you later. Have a good one.